neighbour. I've got some bad news. And the bad news is that I'm going to win the entire contest. But hey, at least you're getting a response. That's something. Of course, anybody watching my channel normally, I am Stanton as always. First time actually showing my face on video, but you know, neighbours forced me into it. Doing the contest, of course, and I've got my little list here of what we're talking about. And let's start with the first of the neighbour questions. Number 1. Best thing I found in the wild in a charity, shop, boot sale or expo. The answer, of course, is this guy. Get him on screen. He is a Blastoise plushie. You can probably tell from the tag if you can see that. He is from Japan. Very hard to come by in the UK, these sort of things. And only the autofocus is confusing itself because there are now 2 faces on the screen. But that's fine. Anyway, he came from the expo, the last one I went to, which was October last year. Actually, in all fairness, a friend kind of heard that these were about and then told me about them, and then we looked for them and we found it. I think it was £10, but I'm glad. It's a really nice plushie, and as you can probably guess, Blastoise is my favourite of like the end star evolutions. So he is the best thing I found in the wild. And as I say, very nice. Kept tagging him, so I decided to. But yeah, hard to find in the UK, so that's the first one. Right, the most stupid item. Sorry about that, I had to check the notes. I'll prove it. Notes. Not my fault. The most stupid item carboot I've ever found or seen, I would say, is broken Action Men. You probably all remember Action Men from when you were kids. I certainly do. I used to have them when I was a kid. But you see it all the time in carboots. You see, it's not just Action Men really, but that's just the example I'm using. It's just broken figures in general. Like somebody will be selling, I don't know, we have a box of, say, Action Men, for example, because that's the thing I'm focusing on. And it'll be like a couple of quid per figure. And that seems alright. But then you realise that some of the figures are like missing limbs or missing heads. Nobody wants that. Nobody ever wants to buy that. So I don't see why people don't understand that. And they just want to try and sell them anyway. So that's probably the most stupid thing I've ever seen. Broken Action Men figures. Next thing. What is it? I regret not buying from a carboot. And I already know what this is. You can't see the shirt. I'm going to stand up ready to series shirt. It's a Cena Sucks shirt, as you can probably see. So, as you can probably guess, I am a wrestling fan. And the thing I regret most not buying would be WWE Legend figures, mint in box. These are those figures that have like Legend of WrestleMania written on them, on the box. And they're always of like, Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, all the legends. And a decent Legend figure of a particular attire, like say Macho Man Randy Savage WrestleMania 3, for example, can go for a lot of money. I've seen them boxed go for like 20 plus quid because they're hard to get. Particularly certain ones like, I think the Legion of Doom, if you have both of them in the blue armour they wore for one WrestleMania, they can be worth like easily like 60 quid together. It's ridiculous. But yeah, somebody was selling a Legends of WrestleMania Bret Hart and Ultimate Warrior, and they were like 5 quid each, and I didn't buy them. I should have bought them. They would have looked nice on one of my shelves, or on eBay, to be honest. You know, pay 5 quid, make 30 quid, I'd be up for that. So that is the item I most regret not buying. The item I see most often at car boots is actually quite similar to your guys. Like, you guys were talking about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on PS1. The main thing I tend to see at these sort of things is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the board game, which is the same basic principle. It's just people buy it because they think, oh, I like the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I'll buy this board game of it. But it turns out, shockingly, that the board game, just like the video game, isn't as good as the real program. So that would be the item I see most often. The Holy Grail item. The items I would like to see most in the world. And that's this. That explains my second choice. My second choice for items I would like to see in the Holy Grail would be vintage Power Ranger toys. As you can probably tell from the glint this thing is giving off, this is not a vintage Morpher. This is a legacy Morpher. The legacy Morpher is, in case you don't already know, it's a Morpher that basically it's the reproduced. Yeah, that's right. The reproduced version. There's some bunging on words there. The reproduced version of the original Mighty Morphing Morpher. The only difference is the coin there is made of metal. This is made of metal. So it's more of a prop than it is a toy. But the things I'd love to see would be like a vintage one of these mint, maybe in box, probably in box. Like the original Megazord. I've got the Legacy Megazord in my room, but that's just like this is. It's a reprinted version. It's not the proper version. So yeah, if I could find some vintage Power Ranger toys in mint, that would probably be what I'd be after. Of like things I'd want to see. Also, I hate the autofocus on this camera. It's not very good. So yeah, that's the questions. Hope I win. I mean, I'd like to think I'd win. And if I do win, I mean, I'll definitely put up a video on the box if I win it. So anyway, thanks for doing the competition, neighbour. I hope that I win it, and we'll see if I do. But if you ever want to watch anything video game related or just Yu-Gi-Oh related, please come to my channel. I don't know if they're gonna, if Neighbour's gonna shout out the winner. I hope he does, because I'd like to get a shout out. But anyway. So yeah, thank you card boot collectors. I'm looking forward to hopefully hearing from you if I win. But yeah, if you want to go to their channel, see lots of interesting card boot items, I'll put a link in the description below. And hopefully they will do the same for me if I win. But you never know, we might. Anyway, to play us out, I think it's time for the Legacy Morpher soundtrack, if I could actually hold the button properly, because I'm not very good at that. Takes a while to get going. And that's enough of that. I'm Stanton. Thanks for viewing this Carboot Collectors, and I will see you whenever. Thank you. Goodbye.